All right, we are live here on boardspace.net, this beautiful program
Oh, beautiful.
with Dylan. Oh, Dylan. Oh no, it still says Tony. I failed miserably. That is
I'm
not
not
Tony.
Tony. I want to have good taste in games.
Well, let's fix that first of all.
Thank God.
Boom. Dylan, you have been upgraded.
Much
All right,
better.
so we're going to play at least a couple of abstract games tonight. And Board Space is a very strange looking website app. I guess it has a mobile app, right? I haven't
It
played on
does,
it
yeah.
much, Dylan, but
I'm actually using because so we're getting a crash course on how not to play or how to play games when you can't run tabletop sim. Because I have a Chromebook and that's not powerful enough to run tabletop sim or Steam for that matter.
yeah.
So board space. I'm actually using the board space app on my Chromebook, which is nice.
Yeah, so you can download it. I mean, it has Windows, has iOS apps, has all kinds of ways to play, and it has a lot of abstracts. We were also talking earlier, it has viticulture and container and lots of other strange things. So
I think it has Euphoria too. So it has two Stonemeyer
well,
games.
and I saw like has the Tuscany stuff for viticulture. I mean, there's plenty of content out there for this. But we are going to start with YINSH, which is one of the gift series games. So Dylan and I did sort of a not combined, I guess, dual top 10 list of abstract games. I believe this was on both of our lists, right, Dylan? You put it on there?
Yeah, I think it was my number 5. That would change now because I've played about 7 more abstracts since we last did the list.
Literally 2 weeks ago or something. You
Yeah,
played
like
too
3
many
weeks ago.
abstracts, yeah. So, but it's very simple. You are trying to connect 5, basically. So you have these rings. I don't know who goes first. Looks like Dylan, you go first. So Dylan will place one of his rings on the board. I'll place one of my rings till we have 10 rings out here. And then you'll move a ring. When you move a ring, you put one of your colored discs in the spot that you leave, and you can move in a straight line as far as you want to move until you hit a piece. Once you hit a piece, you have to stop in the next spot. And then every piece that you jumped over flips around, changes color. So once you get 5 in a row, all those pieces get removed from the board, and one of your rings gets removed from the board. If you do it 3 times, you're the winner. Congratulations. So pretty straightforward. Oh, hit done. Yes.
You gotta confirm every move.
They look. I rail against games on Board Game Arena and Boy to Jew and things that don't have a undo or done, please confirm button. So although I forgot that was a thing here, I'm glad it exists.
Yes, I agree.
All right. I'm going to more or less randomly put my pieces out because I don't know how this works, and Dylan will wipe the floor with me for sure. So.
Oh, this is always the hardest part about Yinch is determining what's a good place to put things.
That is technically the whole game, Dylan, but yeah.
Well, at the beginning, the opening move, you know what I meant.
Where to put things is very difficult. But I'm with you. There's probably like strategy here. Like I'm probably supposed to like put all my guys back here in a row or something, but I don't know what the strategy is. So we're gonna put them there. All right, let's take the middle spot. Middle spot seems like a good spot to be.
Smack dab in the mid.
I mean, it can't be bad unless it is.
Can't be bad.
Eternal Swordsman says just put one ring in each corner, boom. I mean, it's a theory, and it may be the right theory because I think I've played this 3 times now. This will be my 4th play. I don't think I've won yet. We'll see how that goes. So. All right, so Dylan will get the first actual move of the game. That's all, I guess, sort of technically set up here.
Yeah.
So he can move any one of his rings along any line. He can't pass over another ring, though. So if he chooses this guy here, he'll have to stop here or whatever.
I'll do exactly what you pointed at.
All right. No guarantee with the advice. That's reasonable, Swordsman. I would like any kind of guarantees, but I've seen Tommy Boy enough to know that they're not useful. So I'm gonna try
Thanks for
this.
stopping in, Tyler. I know Eternal Swordsman.
Oh, hello, Tyler. Welcome.
We actually, Tyler and I actually were guests on the latest episode of Dads on a Map because we played a 7-player game of diplomacy.
That sounds like a thing I would never in my life want to be involved in, but
You'd be surprised how fun it was, considering it was async, and you just put in one turn, and then once all orders are finalized, then they all happen.
I've actually never played diplomacy for what it's worth, so
It was my first play.
it feels like a game I don't want to learn like just online either, but
That's how from what I understand, that's how most people only play it.
really?
It's fun. Yeah. Because you don't want to sit 6 hours playing diplomacy.
So like what you're really saying, Dylan, is there's no good way to play diplomacy. Like you're hosed either way.
I mean, you're gonna hate everyone after you do it too. So I mean, yeah, you're
Yeah.
not wrong.
I like up here, sort of in the top right, at least on the Windows version of this. It's like it sort of looks to me like chess annotation of the moves, right? Like F4, F6. Like I wonder if there's someone that's good enough at YINSH that like looks at this and is like, that AR Smith 7, not very smart. Like, I mean, I'm not.
Apparently, the designer puts grids on all of this, so you could play like with the camera facing down. So he does. He makes a grid system on all of them on purpose.
I mean, it makes sense for the game. I just like the sort of shorthand is, I don't know.
Not useful for us.
not useful for us plebeian YINSH players, I guess. All just moving our pieces here around the middle, hoping that they do something eventually.
Just putting around, hoping for the best.
I mean, story of my life. You kind of end up with weird situations like this where there's just a lot of blocking going on, right? So I can't jump over this thing because Dylan's ring here. I can't jump over this way. And you just want to not move these rings. So then you start playing outside and eventually someone just falls into 5 in a row, it feels like. But there's definitely a lot to think about on how you want to move things.
Yeah. You mentioned once you get 5 in a row, you actually remove one of your rings, right?
You do, yeah, I did mention that, but it is important. So as you sort of get ahead, it's like a built-in, I don't like to say catch-up mechanic because that feels like it means something that's tacked on, like it's really kind of integral to how the game works, but...
Yeah, because you actually get to choose the one that's removed, which is key.
Yeah, I thought you would almost certainly take that move after. And one of the things that is interesting about this game is if you do move over pieces, they all flip to their opposite side. It's not like the white pieces become black only, or, it helps your opponent potentially too, right? So it can become interesting in that way that you can't just make all 5 in a row because you jumped over 5 pieces, because if they're not yours they become mine, or if they're not yours they become yours, but if they are yours they become mine, and things will flip around a lot. Oh, the old E4 move, E4 G4.
The old E4.
The old E4, the old Sicilian opening, as they say. They don't say that.
That no one says. Literally no one says.
Literally nobody ever. See, this was Andrew planning 2 turns ahead, positioning this ring here, so that when I jumped over, Dylan can't take those guys back. He's also got this 5 in a row basically just locked up. I could try to do something about it.
Yeah, with your one ring on that outside there, it would prevent me from as soon as I move either of them, it can move to take the whatever piece was just whatever piece was just added.
Right.
Yeah. There is a counter to that. Let's see.
Apparently I've accidentally typed a lot of D's in the chat here within board game space, so who knew? Board space, not not games.
Board space.
Board space. Board space. All right.
This is when we made our list. This was actually the only gift project game I had played as well.
I feel like I've played one or two others, but honestly, they didn't resonate with me enough for me to really remember, I guess. So.
I really like Czar. I've been playing it on a site called Little Golem.
Dylan,
You get desperate.
Dylan is the master of obscure websites to play board games on.
Obscure games. Tony gives me so much crap every time I mention a game. Like when I brought up Inhuman Conditions.
I've never even heard of that one. No, I'm pretty
It's
in the
a
know
player
with
social
obscure.
deduction game that plays in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
that sounds not interesting at all, my friend. But.
It's quite fun, surprisingly. But yeah, Tony's like, where do you even hear this? It's not real.
It's not a bad take. Yeah, I feel every time I play Yinsh, like the beginning of the game is sort of a slog, right? You're just you're playing a lot of defense, you're moving a lot of things around, and then it starts to open up as the time goes on, right? Because you remove rings, you remove pieces, the board just it doesn't stay as clogged as it is at the beginning.
This is a mess.
It is a bit of a mess. Maybe we should use the whole hex and not just the middle that we decided to start with here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, there's a 5 in a row I missed. Oh, no, it's not, because those flip.
It's not. It just sets me up, possibly.
You just got plans.
I just made a move because I wanted to flip a lot of things. That's it.
Sometimes you just have to go for the exciting, but potentially not rewarding.
I did it for the stream. It's not a move I'd make in normal play.
Yeah, I just gave you 5 in a row like an idiot, so.
Oh. I love that. I'll take free. Now the question. I'll remove that one.
Sounds like a test from Blade Runner. Yeah. I mean, Dylan recommendations are either really good or really bad. I mean, I will.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
There's no middle ground. Although, what was we played a small card game, I feel like last time you and I played a game in real life together, and I really liked that game.
Is that in the elevators?
I played that one too, but I think it was like a WizKids game, or it wasn't.
Oh yeah, that was Fantasy Realms.
Fantasy Realms, yeah. I really for as easy as that was, and a theme that I don't really enjoy. I enjoyed that game. So.
Yeah, it's odd. That was another one that was surprisingly a hit with my family, that my in-laws, because it's like a point salad rummy essentially.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh. There we go.
Yeah, definitely feel like I am the worst Yinsh player known to man here, but I'm planning to come back.
Good setup.
Yeah, I feel like it's a fairly easy thing for you to undo, but maybe not.
Yeah, there's options, but I gotta jump over everything, and I don't like doing that.
Yeah, it gets you, and I guess that's kind of the real goal of the game. Nick in the chat asking if we even go. I do not go.
Oh, hey Nick.
I'm not a Go player. Dylan offered to play Go, but he's like, you probably don't want to because reasons and stuff. Man, I do not know what to do now. You've ruined my life. That's what Dylan was telling me before. That Shut Up and Sit Down just reviewed Go on the World's Nicest Go board, and I've never
I haven't
played.
watched it yet, so I don't know. Like, I've heard another guy I've been playing abstracts with said it was the best review of Go he's ever seen.
I don't know if that's a comment on the lack of reviews of Go or the quality of the review, but
Both?
both, yeah.
Question mark?
Doesn't have to be one or the other. Michelle saying she wishes she understood Go. She was beat in like 5 minutes. I would probably be beat in roughly that period of time too. I've been offered to be taught many times, but just doesn't seem like a. It seems like a lifestyle game, right? It's like chess. Like I know the rules to chess, but if I played chess against a chess player, it wouldn't be fun for anybody.
Yeah. And I can definitely see that. Go is one that like needs a commitment to.
Yeah.
It's one that you can rarely casually play.
No, I don't want that. I want this question. No, undo.
No.
Thanks for the undo button.
You don't want that.
No, I don't want that. I also sometimes forget how the game works. I don't really want this either, but I guess it'll do.
Just makes everything a mess.
Matt would watch me lose Go. Well, you can come on stream, Matt, and teach me Go and then beat me. That would work.
Oh, I'm white. Oh, that's a good spot for you. I didn't look at it.
I'm really bad at this. Play a stone, don't get surrounded. I mean, what else do I need to know? That sounds like I've got the gist of it. At some point, I should find a move that helps me in this game. Like, there are some, I'm sure.
That's what I would have done if I were in your shoes.
It's what you would have done?
That's that exact move.
Well, that worries me a lot, Dylan, mostly because if you're like actually looking at what I would do, you're on a different level than I'm on because I'm just barely hanging on to what I would do.
Barely hanging on to what you want to do.
But this one gives me 5 in a row. No, it doesn't. Gosh.
No, it doesn't.
1, 2,
No.
3, 4. That one flips. Why is this game so hard? I am now grateful for the undo button for sure.
It's nice that you do it and it flips it for you before you commit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just like, I don't just throw it out there.
Maybe if I do that. All right. Matt said one option is to lead with that one 9x9 and then explain other aspects as you go. I don't even know what that means. Like, is a Go board normally larger than 9x9?
19x19 is the.
Oh, so like a lot larger.
Yeah, 9x9 is good to teach like what they call local battles. So it's like smaller scale warfare, and then on a 19x19, you look at like each of those is a micro like little conflict.
That makes some amount of sense, but like talking about Go like it's conflicts, it's I don't know, very abstracted, I guess. But
oh yeah, I mean like some people just straight up refer to it as like an abstracted war game.
I guess it is to some extent, right?
It really is.
Alex says he's here because the Fantasy Flight Games feed dropped. Glad that we're more entertained than the non-existent in-flight report.
Capitalized.
Yeah. Suckers.
We'll be that tabletop presence people need.
I'm sorry, you want news about your favorite Fantasy Flight game? All you got is abstracts. Tough luck.
You got no minis here. We're trying our best.
Yeah, we have a very slow going. Andrew can't count to 5.
Literally, you can't count to 5.
Look, man, I'm trying my hardest. What if I do that? Oh, geez. How did I not even see these things, Dylan? What is wrong with me? All right, we're gonna play Santorini after this, where Andrew might be able to have a chance.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Nick said Go can be played as everyone is casual. I mean, I think that makes sense. Do people really want to play Go casually, right? Is there anybody that's like, man, I really want to play Go, but like only twice a year, right? Do those people exist? I might be one of those people, but I don't know if there are many more.
Since I got back into it, I've not even played Go on a 19x19. I've only played 13x13. Oh, I didn't even see that. Good move.
Hey, I got one. No, get rid of those. Okay, I guess I have to click done.
Then you hit done.
All right, boom, hit done a lot. Yeah, like I mean, I've watched some people, Nick, like streaming chess on Twitch, and I'm like, these people are good. Like I don't know what, like I know how the horsey moves, and that's about it. But
I got the horsey.
I got the horsey, and it was like this. Eternal Swordsman says he plays Go occasionally. I mean, yeah, I think that there's probably a small group of people. It's probably the group of people that would watch abstract games on Twitch. So maybe this is the group to find a casual Go player.
It does my heart joy though to know that there is an abstract audience on Twitch.
I mean, it is. I think abstract games are. I mean, maybe they're making a comeback. Maybe they're. I don't know. They're easy to learn, right? There's a good counter to heavy strategic, deep Euros.
And dice chucking thematic games.
Alex, you and I should play Go twice a year. You and I can be the only people that play Go against each other. All right. Now I should definitely get in the pay attention to what you are doing level of this game.
Yeah.
Like this move doesn't seem bad.
Yeah, that's oh gosh, that's real good.
Well, if you think it's real good, I'll take it.
Do you see my marker?
Your marker.
Like, do you see my mouse moving? Because I see your mouse moving.
No.
Sometimes. Oh, okay, never mind.
Matt says he owns 45 abstracts. How many of those are Nestor game abstracts, Matt? I think if I count the Nestor games, which I think I have like 4 or 5 of, I maybe have 10 abstracts. But also it depends on if you count things like War Chest and Neuroshima Hex, things like those. Over 20 Nestor games. I should pick up more of them. I've enjoyed the ones that I've played. So
I think the next one I'm going to buy from Nestor is Guerrilla Checkers.
Like Guerrilla 8?
Guerrilla Warfare.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It's from one of the designers of the coin games on GMT, and it's one person plays checkers and the other person plays Go, trying to surround the checker pieces.
I'm not sure why that would be a thing, but
it's supposed to simulate like actual guerrilla warfare in an abstracted way.
I mean, it sounds interesting. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know enough about Go to know if that sounds interesting, I guess, at the end of the day. Alex, with the live updates from Fantasy Flight, Star Wars minis for all 3 of their titles. Shocking.
Yeah, literally. It's like, okay, is that news?
Clone Wars stuff for Armada, and feed crash when talking about Keyforge. Well, at least they tried. A for effort. I liked Keyforge for a while. Were you a Keyforge player, Dylan, at all?
I was. I had over 10 decks.
So my Keyforge story for all those people that probably don't care, but that's all right, is
everyone had the bug for about at least 2 weeks.
Man, so I played at Origins. Like I signed up for one of their tournaments. I played competitive Magic for a really long time. So I like the idea of something that doesn't require the financial investment of Magic, but
ooh, good move. It's a real good move.
Done. Sorry, have to focus.
Yeah, focus for just a moment.
All right. But with Keyforge, the great thing about Magic, obviously it's been around forever, but it has like a really good, really clear set of rules from both a gameplay perspective and like an organized play perspective, right? Keyforge
Right.
was too new, and I don't think Fantasy Flight Games is particularly good at that. So they ended up in a spot where a card that was very clearly supposed to like protect one of its neighbors when it got killed, instead, because of the way the rules worked and that wasn't really well defined, just when he plays a card that says kill everything, all of his stuff lived, basically, because weird interaction, right? Which it just is a feel bad thing because like it's one of those things that like you see what's happening and you just assume that it works in a way that is intuitive, but their rule set just wasn't there and it soured me on the whole thing and I got annoyed and decided not to play anymore. So, but
And that
it
first
sounds
set had
sour
some
grapesy, but
really unbalanced cards.
yeah, and I mean I think they basically fixed that by upping the power level of literally everything and you know going about it that way, right? Saying, well, no one will play any of the first set stuff anymore because it's not good enough anymore. So,
Bingo.
dang it. I
You were
thought
close.
I thought I was trying to block that off, and I clearly did not do well
Oh, it's still making me do the admin for this.
enough. Battle
I have to
on
pick a
me.
ring
Thanks for
too.
following. Yeah, yeah. Game saved. Saved for posterity. All right, so that's Yinch. I still like it. I think it's a great game. It's hard for me to play at a I don't feel like in the early game there's a lot of like how I position stuff. There's probably just more than I ever give it credit for, which is probably my fault. So,
Right.
um, so now we're
This
going
actually
to
has all
go.
of the. This actually has all of the gift project on here too.
Really?
Yeah, all of them except for Tamsk. Do you know what Tamsk is?
No.
It was the one that was removed that used sand timers
Sand timers on
and abstract.
abstract online implementation probably would be bad.
It'd be awful.
So now we're going to play sort of the other side of abstract, right? This one is pretty and like people like how it looks. So
That's why it's sold so well.
yeah, so it sold really well, and it's a pretty simple game. So I'm gonna be these purple pieces because I like purple, and Dylan can be whatever pieces he wants to be that aren't purple. And on your turn, you pick one of your people and you move them to a space that is next to the space they're at that is empty, and then they build a building in a space that's now next to them, and it can be diagonal. If there's already a level 1, they can put a level 2. Oops. They can also, if I get rid of that, if you're moving, you can move up one space, and then you still build. You must move, you must build. If you ever are on the top, if you're on the 3rd level of a space, you win. But you can only move up one level at a time. So if this thing had a 2nd floor, which I will position better, this person can't move up there because they can't jump that high. But you can always fall down as far as you would like. And you can build as high as you would like. So I could build the level 3 on top of there, even if I'm on the ground. You can also build domes as a 4th level, and that just sort of blocks that space, so no one can use it anymore. All right. It's pretty basic. There are some sort of special powers. We're going to play at least one game without those, and then we'll see how much time. We probably have some time for some more after that. So we'll start real basic. And I'm going to start with my people there. So I feel like I get to go. I chose that I got to go first since I lost badly.
That's okay. I'll take the go in second.
Oh, you got a black screen on the feed. Well, I gave you the whole explanation without the game up. There you go, Alex. I appreciate the heads up. But this is the now better looking game. Breadsticks. Anna Maria, thanks for coming in and saying hi. I assume you mean hi when you say breadsticks. But they're delicious, and I know you love Olive Garden salad, and that's on the internet for everyone to enjoy forever. So, all right, so I get to make the first move. I will move this person out of the corner. And I think these are bases, right? I'll just take
Yeah, those are bases, yeah. I just put a stack of them because
Dylan just made a mess of our board here.
it's beautiful. All right,
Love and loathe. I mean, I'm a hard person to really nail down. You just have to... Oh, is that where you want it?
Yeah.
Missed a chance for a loaf you. That's true. But breadsticks aren't really loaves, are they? I mean, when you really stop and think about it.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah, I'm locked in. No undo button, sir. I like
No
that you
undo.
said that like you're not very smart, Andrew. I wouldn't have went there, but you know.
There we go.
Stealing that forever. Anna Marie does not need any more ammunition on how to make me feel bad about my love for Olive Garden. Which,
Man, you
to be
can
clear, I don't even really like Olive Garden. I just said it wasn't terrible, and I am
You can
now
zoom in
scum of the
uncomfortably close on these pieces.
earth. Look at this guy's eyebrows, and he kind of lights up when you mouse over him. That is uncomfortably close. Oh, I can go inside. We're just taking out his appendix at that point.
So this is what it's like to actually move pieces around online. I'm used to like the abstracts that I play are like, oh, well, I'll just handle all the rules for you.
Yeah. So I think my best bet is to go here and put a base back there. You can get your pieces sort of trapped in. You have to be somewhat careful.
Times.
What's that?
I've done that many times.
Alex says we're all on mute though. I find that hard to believe because people are responding to us. It's kind of rude.
And we basically just had a full-on live conversation about playing Go. So I mean, with chat.
Yeah, unless everything just went to heck. I don't believe you. All right, did you move? You moved this guy here, right?
Yeah, and I put a base nearby.
All right, so I will move here. I'll put a middle there. Unless Alex just means we're on mute because like he's watching Fantasy Flight instead of us, which rude, but okay.
Chat settings. I'm gonna just chat on pop out chat. There we go. That way I can have the game up and read chat at the same time. What is that? It's a base.
What? Is that a base? Who cares?
Or no, that second level.
Oh.
It was like just sideways.
Well, it's hard. I'm not that worried about lining them up. Matt says he's watching the best Go review ever. Again, maybe the only one that's ever existed, but we'll allow it. Third level, huh? Well, you can't jump up there.
You can place any level from any, or you can build on any level, even if you're on like the ground.
Correct. As long as it's a spot next to you. Yeah. So I could jump here and build this top level if I wanted.
Yeah.
Which is a consideration, but also maybe not the right one. So I think I'm going to go here and put a base there.
There.
My NPR voice. I mean, uh-oh.
Oh, not. Oh no, that's not real.
You can't put the top on under you though. There are rules against this. There are rules. Maybe I don't want to move that guy. I think I want to move this person here and build a middle. Earthquake. And I believe Santorini also has like a 4-person mode, which I don't know if I've ever done.
I've played the 3-player.
Matt says they did the review on an extremely nice board. He's hoping people buy it and then sell them on the secondary market. So, kind of like my hope for 18 Chesapeake, that I'll be able to pick up a cheap copy once all the people that just bought it realize what they've gotten themselves into.
Yep.
All right, so that's what you're doing, huh?
Yeah. I'm trying to get a copy of 1830.
Yeah, I have 1830 and 46, and I have CZ kind of. I might end up picking up 82. I really have liked that one.
Oh yeah, when it
So I guess I don't really have a lot of choice. I have to. Oh my gosh! Stand up, lady. Stand up. Okay. Rotate. There we go. Took a little nap there, and then we're gonna cap that one off. There we go. Sorry, that was a little bit of a mess, but we got there.
It's something.
Yeah, Matt, I think short term, Chessie is probably going to stay expensive, but somebody's, and I also don't know how many copies that they printed. I'm sure it's not a million, so it's probably not likely to go up forever, but.
I think they're doing another print run.
Yeah. That would make sense too. All right, so you moved that guy, right? This guy here?
I moved from level 2 to level 1 corner or diagonally around you.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, I really do think Chesapeake's good. It's super solid. It takes 1830 and just like training wheels it enough, but it still gives you like options if you're a seasoned player.
Yeah, so Matt and I were talking a little bit about it because I didn't feel like when we played Chesapeake that it felt very different to me. I mean, obviously the map is different, but like the train export, I didn't really feel. And it's those things really, I think, it seems like they more exist for people that aren't buying trains, right? So if you're playing with people that know and play aggressively, which they definitely do, you don't necessarily feel like you're playing a not full game, right? It feels like it doesn't feel like you have training wheels necessarily, but enough that people who aren't as familiar are at least somewhat less likely to either get really hosed or take 6 hours to play a game.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Yeah, even the small thing like the limited par values, like 1830, I think there's 6 possible par values, and Chesapeake only has 3. So like, just that small feature or like rules difference is enough to like training wheel people into like understanding, oh, this is why or why not you would do this.
Fantasy Flight down again. You know what? You can say what you want about how entertaining we are, but at least we're consistently
Welcome, FFG viewers. We're here playing a game now with minis.
That's true. Look at our minis. They're pretty and purple and got domes and don't snap to place. All right. So
we're leaving it.
That's a thing that happened. Huh.
I had sold my copy. I had the old Roxley version. I think I'm gonna get the Target one now in that smaller box.
Yeah, I've sold my copy of this too, but that's just how games go for me. I can't keep them all forever, so.
Yeah.
I do like how this game often, it becomes a spot where you're all in the same area, right? Just try it and you're just blocking each other out and moving up, and you eventually have to sort of migrate out and block people off and hurry to ends, which feels interesting enough.
Yeah, I forgot how good of a rule set it is. I think that's like, it's one of those, like, it really is just, I could teach this to, an 8-year-old, and they're going to get it, and they're going to understand,
I mean, I'm sure even younger than, like, my son is 6, right? He played Shobu, not particularly well, but he played it, so he could certainly figure this out. Nice Sanchez saying, "Where's my Stone Cold entrance music?" I will try to have that queued up for next time.
What's up, Sanchez? Host of Dads on a Map.
Dad's on a Map.
It's such a good podcast.
All right, is that where you're placing that?
Yeah, I can't get it straight.
All right, we're just going to straighten this thing up here. Oh, no, we're not. There we go. If you put them on the base...
What's the macro on that?
Well, if you drop them just right on the map, it'll straighten them up.
Oh, they plug in. Oh, okay, so I'll do it with this top piece.
Which is kind of weird still, but... Oh, you got plans for that piece, do you?
No, I placed it, and it was just it was rocky.
So what do I want to do?
Thanks again last night, Sanchez, for having me on Dads on a Map for a little bit of diplomacy talk.
Nothing sounds more exciting than diplomacy talk. I actually would like to play diplomacy, but I feel like it would for me be in kind of a way like I wanted to play. What's that like 9-player negotiation game that everyone loves? That's not me.
9-player negotiate. Oh, Sidereal Confluence.
Sidereal Confluence. Yeah, I ended up playing that at Origins, and man, oh man, could I have not had a more fun time.
A not fun time.
Yeah, I didn't say it very well, but suffice it to say, I did not enjoy.
Yeah, I actually don't think. I think it's one that doesn't play well with the max player count.
Yeah, I don't remember if we played with 8 or 9, but it was a lot.
Yeah, that's absurd.
And it was one of those things where I felt like it was a really, really good 45-minute game that took 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Diplomacy is one of those where the rule set is a page. You know, it's like a what you would think of like the Capstone Iron Rail series.
Yeah.
Like you can fit it on just one sheet of paper, but all of it comes from interactions with the other players. No, I don't want to do that. That's stupid.
All right. I don't know. I guess I'll just move my guy up here to the top.
Oh, shit.
Haha, got you. I thought about pointing it out to you, but then I'm like, no, I'm not that nice. I'm going to win. All right.
Well,
so do you want to...
How do you clear the board?
What's that?
How do you clear this? Is there a dump?
That's what I was just looking for, is a please restart game thing. But what's this button do?
Set camera. No, these are all just camera things.
All right. We'll just move them all off. It'll be fine. I hope these bags
I got it.
are in. Oh, look at that. That worked.
Shift highlight.
Ah, nice. Do you want to pick player powers this time?
Yeah, I'll player power it up.
All right, I'll let you have first dibs. If you want to pick from, I think the sort of more advanced ones are back here, but you know we can certainly go with those too. I think we're probably smart enough. Oh, this guy comes with his own like figure.
Which one was that? Which one?
Dionysus, I think. My Greek pronunciation is going to be tested, but maybe he's not supposed to. No, maybe it was just another piece that was under here. It doesn't look like it belongs to him. So in Santorini, it does come with sort of special power. So we were clearly just playing with the very, very base rules, but you can.
This one's me.
Aphrodite.
Yeah, that one is.
If the opponent's builder starts its turn neighboring one of your builders, it must also end its turn. So I can't get that far from you.
Right. So essentially last game.
Essentially, yeah. Well, I'll play with Pan because I really like Pan.
Is Pan the win condition one?
Yeah, so Pan gives you another win condition. If you ever just fall down 2 levels, you win. That will let you choose your color and place them first.
I'll be white again.
Smart, because I would get confused if you chose purple, so...
Putting the mid on the mid bag. Oh, that kills me. That's too good.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bags are endless, so, you know, we can just leave these guys out here if we want to.
Yeah, I don't care.
All right, so if I start next to you, I must stay next. But it can be a different builder. I just have to end next to one of your builders.
I think that's correct.
Cool. So I'm
Give
actually
us-
going to change my starting setup to not be next to you, just to give myself some room there.
Okay.
I was like, and you'll move right next to me, Dylan. I see how this is.
Yeah, that's why I placed like I did.
Yeah, that's reasonable. So if I don't move that guy, I can move this person back here however I want, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start building in my own little world, and I won't worry about you. All right, I see how it is. Go like this, build here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a base. There's a mid. Like I want to know what's supposed to be in this black bag over here. There's literally nothing in it. It makes me sad. We're playing.
Man, I was hoping
games.
for another FFG update, but it looks like Alex is gone.
Yeah, Alex, we need our Fantasy Flight updates. Tala's hopping in the chat. Are we still playing? Yes, we are indeed. We're on our second game of Santorini. Dylan beat me badly in YINSH. Not badly. I made a bit of a comeback. I made it at least seemingly respectable.
Respectable.
So if I move this guy, that's not the right piece. Yeet that
That's
thing
not
right out
nice.
of here. So I added a bot to our chat so I can yeet things out of here. So I have yeeted the base piece into oblivion. I don't know why we've yeeted so many things, but apparently we have. I don't approve of that move. That really, with your special power, that does nothing, Alex, but I appreciate you thinking I was vain enough to make a command about myself. I'm not vain enough, to be fair. Like, it sounds like something I would do. Should show some breadstick. That sounds troubling. All right, I think I want to move here. I kind of underestimated your ability's power. Like it really is restrictive on what I want to do.
It's pretty brutal.
Eternal Swordsman eating breadsticks. Look, those things are delicious. You can't just throw them around. Someone uneat those. And if you are new here and you haven't hit follow yet, click the follow button. You'll have some dice will fall on the screen, and it'll be glorious.
Oh, dice fall on our screen? No way.
See, it just happened. Oh no, it didn't happen because Andrew put it up here wrong. Hold on. I got you. I got you. I'll make this happen again. Don't worry. We'll fix it. Replay. Hold on. Replay. We did it. You're there. Sorry.
Yeah. So, Andrew, what's the last game you've bought?
That has actually shown up or that I bought but yet haven't got. I'm just going to keep spamming it because it's beautiful. So I have a big order coming from Miniature Market. I bought Control.
Here we go.
Or I think it's CTRL Control from Pandasaurus. it seems sort of almost abstracty. I don't know how many times I hit that. So I'm interested in that. The Undaunted North Africa, because I really like Normandy. I forget what else is in there now. Dragon Castle, which is also kind of abstract-like. Oh man, I
I
hit
would
that
count
button
that
way
as
too
an
much.
abstract.
I think that's all that's in that order. So a few games there, but I'm looking forward to Alma Mater as well. I've played that one once and really enjoyed it. So quite a few games that are sort of still on my radar, but I honestly don't know the last game that I went and bought.
The last two I bought were Abandon All Artichokes and Scooby Doo Escape from the Mansion, or whatever, the Mystery Mansion.
Yeah, I got the copy of that. You started playing it, right?
I'm almost done, yeah.
How difficult is it, like from a escape room perspective, I guess?
This is actually the first escape room I've played, escape room board game I've played.
Okay.
I missed that whole trend. But like, it's not hard. It's a lot of reading, because it's almost like a mix of it's a more scripted Sherlock Holmes consulting detective.
Okay.
The puzzles aren't super hard. Some of them pose a little bit of a challenge for my wife and I, but not like through the roof. Like, I think I with new games, I try and answer the weight on BGG and like
Yeah.
age range, and I think like I would say 8 years old is a pretty good age for this.
Yeah, Max is very much into Scooby Doo, so he's excited to play it. And I'm like, it's soloable, right? So if he's there, it's not going to hurt anything. I just am not sure if he's going to just get bored 5 minutes in. We will find out next week, probably. So
Yeah, I think you'll be okay.
yeah.
It's been fun, and if nothing else, he can just have Shaggy eat everything, and Shaggy alone is just the comic relief character, because he's about useless unless for like 2 or 3 clues.
I don't know how that
Yeah.
dome got upside down, but I'm 100% leaving it. So
But yeah, it's good. I give it a solid on the Board Game Quest scale. I'd give it a solid 4 out of 5.
wow, that's pretty good. You left the top down here. There we go.
No, I want that one. I forgot how to straighten them up.
Need different top. Okay.
But we had talked about this year in gaming in general. I've actually given a lot. I would give a lot of games a 4 out of 5 this year.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see. Chesapeake, I'd actually give like a 4.5 out, or 4.5 too.
Yeah. I mean, I gave a fairly good review to 46. I don't remember what I rated it. It's been a while. I think I'm at the point now with 46 that I don't want to play it as much.
It's long.
Yeah. Well, my group also just tends to AP stuff, but it adds weird spots for decisions, right? Do you want to full pay? Do you want to half pay? Like, there's weird stuff going on. So, I mean, not weird, but like it adds places where you have to make decisions that in most 18xx games you do not have to make decisions.
Right.
Alex says he hasn't played many board games. There have been things going on. I'm not sure what you mean by things, Alex. It's been a pretty slow year here for me. So.
Yeah, man. Well, it's technically it's been slow for a lot of people.
Yeah, I've got nothing else to do, but it has been a weird year. I bought Panic on Wall Street. That might have been the last game I actually legitimately bought, and I bought it from Nick, and we'll never ever get to play it with 6 people like is necessary. You need like 9 folks to really enjoy. So
it's a fun one though. That is a hoot.
I think I played it with 5. I mean, I started having some small get-togethers, and like one of them, like my normal gaming groups, sort of brought their spouses along. I'm like, we'll play something lighter, but like maybe this will work. Like they could be into this, and it worked okay, but it did not work great. Wasn't the best at 5. 6 is probably like the minimum, I think.
Another one I would give a 4 out of 5 to. Forgotten Waters from Plaid Hat.
I can't move any of my people where I want.
That's why I'm doing this.
This is why we're here. Gosh, I guess I do this. Forgotten Waters is like Dead of Winter with pirates, right? I mean, it's a Crossroads game.
Yeah, it's more story based. It's more cooperative as well. It's not. I wouldn't say it's semi cooperative. There's you group win or you group loss, but then there's also you can win better.
That's interesting. Well, I don't know. My normal game group that I sort of have been getting together with, one of them is very anti co-ops in general, but also played through all of Pandemic Legacy with us. So if there's enough story, can sort of grasp him into it. But I'm still pretty excited for Legacy Season 0. I'll play every Pandemic Legacy they make until one of them is terrible.
You have put me in a mighty fine predicament.
Yeah, this I can't move where I want to, but you can. You also can't get away from me. Yeah, I agree, Alex. I've already pre-ordered my Pandemic Season 0. I'm sure I'll find someone to play with me, and if I can't, I don't need those people in my life anyway. So. You still have to build, right?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
sitting here studying.
No. I want to make sure I didn't, miss it. Not rushing you. I mean, take your time. We've got nothing else to do, Dylan. Just any new news from Fantasy Flight, Alex? Are you still watching them? They are definitely unable to count. They went from 1 to 2 to 0. But I definitely also need them to include like a previously on Pandemic Legacy, because I kind of forget the entire story now that it's been almost 3 years or something since Season 2 was really wrapped up. Fantasy Flight still down. Well, they're doing their best over there. The internet is a hard place. I mean, we got to figure it out here. Runs like a charm.
Yeah, it runs like a charm, and
Yeah.
one of us is using their cell phone for a camera.
So we got cell phones and Zoom and Tabletopia, and that's really all we
I
need.
actually think you win.
You think I win?
Yeah, I can't. This spot here, this little guy. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah, I can see you're floating.
This one here has me, I think, beat. Because of your win, you can actually, let's do this. Okay.
Yeah, then you can build
if I can find a base. Okay.
Going with a base, huh?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. I can see where this may not go the way I want it to go. I might still be all right, but so I do have sort of an alternate win condition here with Pan that if I fall down at least 2 levels, I am a super winner.
Ooh, okay.
Nick with the spoilers for Pandemic Legacy that sounds unfortunately like our current situation. So that is. I did wonder if they were going to try to do something different with Pandemic Legacy as far as the release timing or whatever else due to current events, but it doesn't seem like they are.
I don't blame them. It's just because we're currently in a pandemic doesn't mean that they need to change their business practices and scheduling. People
still want the game, right? And there's never going to be a time where there's a difference between generic pandemic game and COVID-19 the game, right? That's something that none of us want to play, I don't think. But
you see what's happening here?
You're stuck. I get an extra builder. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your move, huh?
Oh shoot! Oh no.
No. Nope.
No, I realize if I do that, you win. So you're gonna go away.
I missed the undo button in this one, I guess.
Actually, no, that's perfect. Is fine. There we go. We'll leave it like that.
Yeah, it's actually okay, right? Because now I have to block you.
You now have to play to me. I was like, yeah, he's just gonna win.
Yeah, being able to play or move diagonally here is also kind of key to how all this interaction works. So,
Put level 3 on that. This one I didn't want to use earlier. Come on. Come on.
that one may be broken. You might just need a new roof out of the bag. Nice, that works.
I broke a piece.
All right. Yeah, I didn't see that. I was thinking that I would be able to move up there and I'd had 3 squares still to fall down on, so I thought I was safe.
Yeah.
You proved me wrong. I am angry about that. I can also win just the normal way. I need to like not lose sight of that too, right?
Yeah, that having 2 win conditions is
twice as good.
Yeah.
It's exactly 2 times as good, I think. Huh. But my people are restricted. I can't get away from Dylan's pieces. If my builders start there, they have to remain there. I think putting a mid there is okay. Ugh. Yeah. This thing not necessarily snapping in place is great. Iron clay's the game.
Yeah, that's one day. That's the dream.
So I bought my own sort of poker chips, probably 2 or 3 years ago from Apache Poker Chips, and I saw that like just last week or maybe the week before, they put out like a set of board game ones, 18xx ones that have sort of small train details. They have 20s. I mean, whatever, right? I'm not that big I don't worry that much about having 20 denomination chips, but
yeah,
I guess this is my only legal non-losing move.
Yeah, you have to respond to that one in some way.
Yeah, and I can't move this guy back here because I need them to end next to your guy. So he has no legal moves right now, which is unfortunate. I guess he had legal moves. They would just be losing.
You could technically move that piece. It could technically go here, and it would still count because it's adjacent to one of my builders.
I suppose that is true, but I am perfectly fine with where I put my dudes. Clays with a Z, those must be cooler clays than the normal ones. But for whatever reason, like I still paid the extra money for the deluxe edition of brass that came with the iron clay set. Like I have my own poker chips, but the slightly upgraded cardboard tiles or whatever else they gave us.
But yeah, the cardboard reality chat was just like, there was a day where there was probably 200 messages sent about what what backing order of iron clays everyone should do. It was like an 8-hour conversation about iron clays, so it's almost become a meme status in like my gaming circle.
So Nick asked why the purple in the middle can't move up and place some. Why can't they move up where? I mean, I can only climb 1 floor, so I can't move up here. Because of Dylan's power, I can't move here because I have to stay next to one of his builders. So I can move back here. It's all right. They're taking a nap, which I think is going to be...
No, you knocked all the how'd you fix that?
Nothing fell down for me, so...
Oh, like the whole thing just like blew up on my head. I was like, what just happened?
Yeah, I wonder why you freaked out about my lady being upside down. I'm like, she'll be fine.
No, like that whole tower with the upside down dome just like went away.
Well, that's strange, but
scary.
Yeah, I think going there is my only move.
It's a haunted Tabletopia room.
Yeah, that makes sense, Nick. It's also possible I just didn't make a grid move. I like abstracts despite being generally not great at them. You can't place that way over there. That's a second level, right?
Yep. And the one that you're adjacent to right there is at the second level too.
Yeah, so what you're telling me is this lady here really blocked in. Just toast.
Yeah, she's done.
She's
done.
She's dead.
You have one. No, you don't have any moves to stop me.
You're right. I don't have any moves to stop you. What if I just yeet my guy over here? Boom, I win. All right.
Oh, well, we'll chalk that up in the BG state. Got me.
Somehow Andrew did it. All right, I guess I'll just do this and Dylan wins. So. All right, 1-1 on Santorini. What do you think? You want to try? You want to go back to YINSH again?
Yeah, I can do that.
You want to give that one more try? Are we still in that game?
I can get it going.
Cool.
I think we still are.
It still shows me in there. So if you are late here, we're going to show you what you missed, which was me
It's the
losing.
most beautiful board game interface.
The 100% most beautiful board game interface you have ever witnessed. Can we restart this one? Doesn't look like. Options, actions. All right.
Rejoin. Let's see. Start me back up. Yeah, we're good. Oh no, never mind.
All right, we just create a new room in board space.
Actions.
Yeah, I hit rejoin and it still shows
Yeah.
us finished there. I don't know how those games ever legitimately finish, but anyone can join. All right, I joined Play Game 6.
Oh, there it is. Okay. And you gotta change it. Change the dumb bot. Get that.
Oh
to,
gosh, no. I played Dumbbot. No, please.
No, not dumb bot.
No, I resign. Sorry, Dumbbot. Done. Quit.
Sorry, Salty Lick. I just got an invite to Hive Room 2 from a guy named Salty Lick.
All right, I think you can join now, Dylan. I think I have managed to figure out this interface.
There we go. Yeah.
We did it. All right,
All right.
let me grab this window and we will play another round of YINSH in its glory here. All right.
You ready?
I am ready. Whoa, everything got huge. So if you missed the first game, Dylan beat me really good, and it's going to happen again. But
Oh, FFG gave up.
oh no, they're recording and
No.
uploading. Look,
What a sad day.
live streams is just not for everybody. It's hard work, and some people can't cut it. I'm not naming,
Just Board Game Quest.
I'm
We
not-
can do it.
I'm not naming names, but it's not us. All right, so YINSH pretty simple. Try to get 5 in a row 3 times, you win the game. FFG, not too big to fail. That sounds accurate. I'm gonna
You don't have to drag those, by the way. I found that out.
What's that?
You can
Oh,
just tap the screen. You don't have to drag it.
Nice. Offer to host FFG for them. Absolutely. For the right price, I will run OBS. No problem. And that price is pretty low, man. My time is not that valuable, so. Placing rings randomly. Do you have any
Yes.
strategy here, Dylan? Like, are you really like thinking these things through, or you're just like, this looks good?
A lot of mine is placing as close as I can to yours to where it's restrictive.
That sounds
Like
rude,
so, like
if
this
I'm
one
being
here
honest.
would be restrictive to you to the piece right adjacent to it to have a lot of movement.
Makes sense.
That's how it was for these top two. I try to always play to different rows and columns.
Sure. Yeah, I kind of went to like I want to be on different spaces. I want to be spaced out, right? But like having some on the same row theoretically can be valuable,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah. It does, but it's also restrictive in your movement. That's
yeah.
the only way I can think about it. But yeah, that last ring you added would probably be considered a good move or a good placement.
Yeah, if you're looking at the annotation, you're like, oh, H6, classic play. Andrew knows what he's
Classic.
doing. I would come up with another chess reference like Sicilian opening, but that's the only opening I know.
That's
So,
literally the only one you know.
but that's the extent of my chess knowledge. So, man, this game is beautiful. Wow, you went way out there, huh?
Yeah.
A bold choice. Roy Lopez. Is that a famous chess player, Alex? I'm unfamiliar. It's the classic opening line. Yeah, that's. I mean, I would really like more so than Go, and maybe it's just because I know nothing about Go. Like, I would like to learn chess in a way that I could be like dangerous at it. Like, I don't want to be like chess grandmaster or anything, but just enough where I could play it and not look like an idiot. But I also feel like that takes more effort than I'm willing to put in, which probably says something about me. So. Deep in thought already, just on move.
Oh no, it was because I was looking up other things that I had I had a hard reset of like what happened here?
Yeah.
What did he play?
Dylan's like, I have to barely pay attention, or else Andrew's just going to lose in a minute. So
No, you were talking about that opening move in chess, and it made me think about move 37 from AlphaGo. If you've ever heard about that,
I've,
AlphaGo, like which is the AI that plays Go, was playing against the best player in the world, and on the 37th move of the game, it placed in a piece that the pro player was like, that doesn't make any sense. And by the end of the game, it ended up being the most important play of the entire game.
interesting.
So it's like
Like-
Nick Northcutt actually has like that move 37 art in his game room wall, like the setup of what would have been played.
Remind me to never play Go against Nick. Like, I don't really need reminders. I'm sure that that's the thing, but
Nick was actually who taught me, and he does a really good job of just like, so you'll play, and then you like, he actually does like rewinds of like, oh, so let's look at like every move that was made, and it's a really playing online was like a really good way to like learn the game because
Yeah.
he's not like all about like, I'm gonna teach the game and then we're gonna demolish you.
yeah, not like you'll learn from your pain, right? Like this will teach you for next time. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of probably whatever. It's similar to chess, right? People that want to get good at chess, they don't just figure it out by knowing the rules. Someone coaches them on situations and lines and openings and whatever, which I think you need that. You need more coach than teacher, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost feel like in this particular game, I need to try to be more proactive in having, not just building out a single line because it's too easy to mess with that, right? I have to build out, some line over here, start on something over here, make you have to deal with multiple things while at least paying the smallest amount of attention to what you're doing, which is really all I can do. It's really the least I can hope for.
It's such a shame that this game goes in and out of print like regularly.
Yeah, I think I picked mine up at Gen Con last year, Pour one
And
out
they
for
always
Gen
have
Con
them on
this year.
sale.
Yeah, it was like Sunday, and it was like, you go to the sort of Rio Grande booth that's not really Rio Grande's booth. I don't know. They sell all their games and some random stuff out of there. And the guy's like, a carnival barker, just like $10, $15, $4. What? What do
It's
you
almost
want?
mythical. Like people have been talking about that for years.
Yeah, it's a real thing that is occasionally good deals. I haven't like a lot of people say, well, go on Sunday, you'll get a better deal. I haven't really found that to be
Funny.
true very often, except for that
Good
booth,
move.
man. Sunday afternoon, they are giving stuff away.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex saying he's never found that to be true. 100% agree. Like the price on Sunday is normally, I'm sorry, we're sold out, right? It isn't.
Yeah. Depending on what it is.
Yeah. If you want YINSH, if you want a 30-year-old abstract, maybe they got a copy for you and they'll give them away cheap, but you're not going to get a good deal on the hot new games. You're probably just not going to get them if you wait for Sunday.
It's still a shame to me that they always have copies of Maria. That should always be sold out.
I think you almost convinced me last year to buy it, and then it was like
Last year it was
3-player
back
only.
was the best war game period.
Or maybe it was when I went to look for it, they had actually already sold out. I don't remember. I remember going and looking, or thinking about looking, or
It's
almost
just so hard to
leaving
get played
Dylan.
because it requires 3.
Yeah, it's like it needed exactly 3, which is the count I have most often, but most often is not always. This does not seem good. This triangle of rings bunched up here, but it's something. It's a thing. Oh, son of a gun, Dylan, you got me.
Got him. Got him.
Everyone in the chat is like, I'm gonna watch Andrew's. We're gonna yeet Dylan's discs. Goodbye.
Oh no, remove that. I actually saw someone with a custom license plate the other day that said "got him."
I mean, you did there. That's for sure.
I was like, man,
Not what I want to do. I have made a mess of this board, if I'm being perfectly honest.
it's funky.
No, I can't do that. I mean, I still have a lot happening. I just don't know if any of it's useful.
You have all the presents.
But yeah, you could just like build chains somewhere, and I can't really get out to do much about them. So yeah, I would. This is another game where it just seems difficult to block everywhere you want to block. Right? You have to make decisions on where you're going to compete, and it can't be everywhere for sure.
Yeah, and with it flipping sometimes you make plays where it flips like 6 pieces, and it's hard to parse and like keep track of all of the potential flippage.
Potential flippage, yeah. And I almost like it better on here, and like I would probably be doing more like move checking and undoing if I wasn't playing on stream, right? To be like, because when you're playing live, you don't sit there and like flip them all and say, well, does that look right? But
Yeah.
That's being able to do so is undoubtedly a benefit. Okay. Well, at least I see it this time.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let's
Dylan
see here.
sitting quietly, hoping Andrew doesn't notice. But I think this is my only move that does anything about it.
It is.
Yeah. Which I don't love that move either, but that's kind of the name of the game, I think.
Not
It's actually
loving
called
your
YINSH, but yeah. Trying not to lose is just as important as winning. And that's what I really love about Shobu. I mean, I know you, like, I think you were the one that told me about Shobu at Origins, right? You and,
Origins last year, yeah. You, me, and Nick.
Yeah, like, I've played that game so much. I've taught it to everyone. And, like, the thing I love about it is every move is both offensive and defensive, I feel like. Like, there isn't, like, I'm doing this purely defensively. It's always setting something else up.
Hmm.
I mean, not necessarily always, but way more often than you get in a lot of abstracts.
Is that good? Something.
Is it good, Dylan? No one knows,
It's
man.
something, man. I'll just. I hope Shobu gets picked up for an online implementation.
Yeah, it would. I don't know if I know of any of the Smirk and Dagger games that have been, but also their games generally don't, you know, conform well to online things. But Shobu clearly would, right? It would work really well.
No
so.
luck abstract. Of course it would.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, which also makes it really odd for their sort of line, right? But I mean, when a game's good, it's good. You just take it. So
I can't remember I've met the head of Spark and Dagger a few times, and when I
Kurt,
lived
yeah.
in Connecticut, what was it, Kurt?
Kurt, yeah,
Yeah, and they were when I was living in New Haven. They were actually the local publisher.
oh really?
Yeah, so I was like, they're like, yeah, this is our section for local publishing. It's like, oh, I know Kurt.
Yeah,
I literally met him twice, like in the last few months.
yeah, yeah. It was really nice, and I mean, talked a lot about sort of the development of Shobu, and like it isn't necessarily like they sort of started their smirk and laughter line, and it doesn't necessarily. I mean, it's not backstabby like a lot of their games, and it's not really a fun party game, but I mean, it's just a great game that you know he had to publish. So Jason, what's up? Is in the chat saying Shobu is one of the best abstracts. It absolutely is. And you like how this game looks online. That's an opinion, my friend.
I'll probably, now that I think about it, I'll probably download the app for this and start hosting games in the Board Game Quest Discord for fans. Just start opening games up.
Yeah, and I assume that, I mean, I guess you can play async on here if you wanted to, right? You could.
Because it's just a timer. It's not a decreasing timer.
Yeah, you just sit there and tick up. It's definitely, and like I like that you can. I think one of these buttons will, yeah, it takes you to sort of this 3D view instead of the top-down view. I'm not a big fan of that, but at least you can if you prefer it.
Oh, I'm literally on the 3D view. I didn't even know there was a top-down.
Oh, really? Jason, this is on BoardSpace. I believe it's boardspace.net. But it's actually like a Windows application or iOS application. I think Dylan is playing it on a mobile app. Or on a Windows app. Yeah, so you can play it on, I think they have a Mac app, but it's wonky, man. It runs on Java and it's just a little strange, but it does the job.
Yeah, and it's got, like we've mentioned, it's got viticulture, it's got Euphoria. What other Euro games are on here? Euro games. Tammany Hall. QE.
QE is on here. That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll take a point.
Oh, I didn't even see it. Oh, I can. That's another thing too that's nice. You can hit the rewind button on the bottom left, and it'll show every move.
Yeah, and it kind of highlights us all in sort of purple to show you aren't here, but yeah, you can step through this. It's very much like playing chess online. Like it shows everything that you did and.
Exactly. Yeah.
It says it has Container, Eternal Swordsman. Yeah, I haven't played Container on here. I don't know that I would want to, but
it has actually the stuff from the expansion from
really?
Second Shipment. It has all of that stuff that's featured as well.
Have you played Tokyo whatever market that is Container-ish?
I haven't, but
I need to play it some more to see how it's very much inspired by Container. I mean, Jordan Draper has said so much that it's inspired by Container, but it's kind of Container with Euro sensibilities, but it's interesting.
Are you reviewing it?
I am, yeah.
Okay. I'll refrain my is interesting good question.
Well, I don't know yet, right? Like the part of it that I like, I didn't end up loving Container long term. I ended up getting rid of my copies, so for whatever.
Did you have Jumbo?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you baddie! I wish I would have snagged that. That's going for 200 now.
Yeah, well, that part of the reason I sold it, which is often the case when I sell games, is because they're just worth more than they are to me, right? So
Yeah.
if you do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's only 4. But then I'm screwed 2 different ways, which is a significant number of ways to be screwed. I think I do this for now. Yeah, I think I sold it, and I sold it before it was sort of at the height that it could be at. It was, I think I probably ended up selling it for 80 or $100 or something like that. But
Guess what game is also on here now that I'm looking around? Freaking Santorini.
is it really? We could have just played
Yeah,
on here.
it's the. I'm guessing it's the 2004 version, the one before the minis.
Well, and I wonder how it looks. It's probably just a grid where it says this is a level 1, this is a level 2, this is a level 3,
I don't
right?
know.
Because, well,
I'm gonna pull it up here in a second, just after we finish our play.
maybe it's in
for
3D
curiosity's
space.
sake.
I feel like I'm at least playing a little bit better this game. And I wasn't watching what you did, so I'll have to go back. Look at that. I can rewind time. Move there. That one.
There's a lot of good places to play async stuff like this. I've played stuff Board Game Arena async. I've played Yukata stuff async.
Yeah.
Little Golem is another one for obscure abstracts. So there's a lot of good places.
Yeah.
LittleGolem.com.
Question mark?
Super Duper Games. That's another one.
Wow. Like I feel like when I know, like most people know, like Board Game Arena and Yukata, right? And then I'm like, but Boitaju has Kanban and Concordia, and then
Yeah.
you know, that's not 5 in a row, not yet.
Actually, hold on. Yeah.
I'll just
Yeah, Super Duper is one, but all of their games for the most part are Looting Labs games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like Homeworlds and Alien City, and Amazon's is actually on there.
I like Amazon's a lot. It's one of the Nestor games I have.
Yeah, I played that one on Little Golem as well.
It's very simple, but I don't mind that. I kind of like simplicity at times. So
I'm actually pretty surprised it's never gotten the Roxley treatment, like the Santorini Roxley. Like, give it some small minis. The arrows give them some like fire, like translucent discs. You've got a winner.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it would need something like Santorini with like other powers, right? It's going to need a little bit more to it. Otherwise, you're moving checkers and placing coins, basically, which
Right.
I don't think modern board game sensibilities will give enough credit to, for better or worse, right? Huh. So part of my question, like I can make a move here, right? If I move this saves your 5 in a row, stops that, but it gives you still have this 5. You have 2. That gives you a different one, so that doesn't work. So I think my move is this, and then if you just take your 5 in a row, I take mine.
We trade.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess you could do something different, right? There's nothing stopping you from.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing is, I think you have your pieces laid out in a way that I have to take mine, and we just trade.
Yeah.
So now my move is to trade and put myself in a situation where I'm still winning.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you'll be, I guess, a move ahead, and I don't know how much that matters in this game, right? Long term, like, doesn't matter at all that you go to 2 and then have a move to set something up. Probably the remaining discs matter more, but
I think this is what we want this. I think. Let me sit on that for a second. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Okay.
yeah. So then the same question for me, right? Is how do I mean, I move this piece, but where do I move it? Whoa, you haven't. Oh, you just haven't removed them yet. I'm like, huh?
I'm debating which side. because
I
I've got
see.
6 in a row.
Right. Overachiever Dylan here with 6 in a row. Which is part of the reason why I couldn't really effectively stop you.
Yeah. Actually, let's do that. What's that gonna do? Let's do that. Okay. Move that backside. Move the one I just moved. What are you doing?
Is it left or right, man? You just gotta
It's being bad.
click done to confirm.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, there. That's what I'm not. That's what I'm missing. There we go. Okay.
All right. So now I need to move this. If I move it here, it flips that. I mean, I might as well. I don't think there's any reason not to flip that. And then I have a couple of options from there. So
Thanks for plugging Little Gollum, Tyler. I appreciate that.
I probably don't need both of these down here. So goodbye to this ring. Oh no, get rid of it. Oh, I forgot to hit done. I pulled a
Yeah, get
Dylan.
it done. Yeah.
I pulled a Dylan. Yeah, the implementation of this is good though, right? Like you can, make fun of the bad Java app or whatever, but it's effective. So
I can give a damn what it looks like. I just want to play the game.
I mean, let's be honest. Like the game itself ain't that pretty to start with. There's not a lot else to get out of it. So
Then again, most abstracts there aren't. I mean,
it's not.
Santorini is almost too much. It's almost overproduced.
Yeah. I mean, if you can make it still $20, right? And that's like why part of the reason I ordered Control, right? It's $17 game or something. I don't know how good it's going to be, but it's area control type. I mean, not area control, but like an abstract game. You're trying to. It seems kind of like the climbers in 3D space from what I've read about it. Sounds interesting enough, right? I don't really need to.
I'm not. I see it and I'm like read over some overviews. I'm like, I don't get this.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, I don't know ultimately if it's going to be any good or not. I didn't read the rules, but for $17, man, I'll take a flyer on almost anything.
Oh yeah, $17 is about nothing for a board game commitment.
Right, like you can sell it for half that and go on about your life if it stinks. Interesting, Dylan. Interesting. Trying to keep track of what moves in a game like this is difficult.
Yeah.
At some point, I think I just need to get as much of my color out here and see what happens from there.
Yeah. I think we'll just do almost a reset of what I did on the opposite side.
Yeah. Huh. All right. The quietness means Andrew thinks he has a winning move. So
Do you now?
I do. I'm probably missing something, but maybe I'm not. But also, maybe you had a winning move and I just didn't look at it.
That one.
Well, yeah, that messes me up.
Yeah, that'll
I
stop
don't know
it.
why I somehow didn't see that, but sometimes you just don't see things in games.
Yep.
But that's
Board
okay.
game in a nutshell.
If you can move pieces in a way that the other player has to play defensively, like that's what you want to be doing with your time, right? In most abstracts.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of abstracts that are aggressive based. I mean, my favorite abstract, Town Center, is essentially a Euro.
Yeah. I still haven't played it. I think maybe Nick brought it to a game night at some point, and I was like, I should take a look at this, and I didn't end up getting to play because I was finishing up something else or another.
I have 2 copies in one box.
You're prepared for all the people that just want to play it after you show them what
So
it's about.
technically, I can play 8-player. It's never gonna happen.
One day we will have 8-player board game days again.
One day. It's actually on Tabletopia too.
Yeah, we should. I mean, our plan is to play through some more of the abstracts on our list. So, I mean, I assume it plays at 2-player, even if it plays at 8, right? So
It does. It actually plays good at pretty much all player counts.
we can give it a try in a future stream. Makes me nervous. Okay. Huh.
Ooh. Oh, you can't complete it yet. Thank God. Oh, you moved it. Ooh.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I had to physically count 5.
1, 2, 3.
That may have you.
So, what did you move that I missed here? So I did that, and then you picked that one up. Oh, I see, I see. So what are my options to deal with that? None. Right? Yeah, because that's still 5.
Yep.
And that's, yeah, I can knock off either of the ends, right? Well, I can't because I can't jump over that
You
many
knocked off
pieces.
one of the ends.
Yeah, and I can do this, but this only gives me 4 and a winning move next time. But that is 1 turn too late. You've got me again, Dylan.
We'll take it.
Take your win, sir.
Boop, boop, boop.
All right. Well,
Yeah, actually, select him.
yeah, I still like both of these games quite a lot. So, good abstracts, low rules overhead, lots of strategy. I still feel really bad at this one, and probably have a lot of room to get better. So, hopefully, at some point in my life, I will get better. That's my goal. Is to get better at games.
There we go. I was like, won't let me pick.
As Dylan tries to figure out exactly how to win. All right, man. You've already beat
There we
me.
go. I got it.
Just
I had to say game 1.
Give me a break. All right,
I had
game
to
1.
I had to lower your ranking.
My elo is just on its
Yeah,
way
I had
down.
to lower your
Tanky.
elo.
Tanky, man. All right. All right. If you have been hanging around with us, thanks for watching, chatting, so on and so forth. Dylan and I wrote a top 10 on top 10 abstracts, which I can probably put a link in here if anybody is curious about it. And we're going to continue to play through some of those as time goes on, as we try to figure out how Twitch works and all that. So,
And as I try and figure out what games I can play online without using Tabletop Simulator.
right, whatever we can find online, and I mean, we talked a little bit. Maybe we'll rig up a weird camera for Shobu if we have to. We'll figure something out. So,
And if nothing else, it's a learning lesson for people who don't have access to Tabletop Simulator and find games they can play async.
yeah, absolutely. We're going to send a raid over to the Board Game House stream. They are playing Takedo, which I haven't played in a very long time, but I remember liking with the expansion. It's pretty laid back. So if you're not going to find the recorded Fantasy Flight in-flight report, or if it's not up yet, give you something else to watch. So enjoy their stream, and we will see you guys next time.
Thanks for tuning in.